Hi guys, just a warning that I think it's very important to protect against the coronavirus crisis. I have myself increased my cash position from last time 25% to currently 45%. So I sold another 20% exposure to mainly Tesla, but also Bitcoin Cash and also Ethereum. I've been selling all my assets down to reach a higher exposure to cash instead of stocks or cryptocurrency. Um, because yes, I made a video that saying that actually coronavirus is not growing exponentially, but I was looking at all the data, also the data from China included. They claim that every day there are less new cases in China that have coronavirus. But this is highly questionable that that is true. It's possible, actually, because they did take drastic, draconian measures, locking up many people, whole cities in their houses. Basically, industry has come to a standstill. Still today, they have 40% less energy consumption, and that's including fake numbers like in China. They It's a very autocratic system, and so when the top party members visit the provinces, the province bosses will make the province look good and give whatever the top wants to see. And if that means more economic activity, well, they will jack up factories, machines without any workers in to consume more electricity, not producing anything, but just make it look productive. It's still communist party. And so despite all this manipulation of numbers, China is still producing or consuming 40% less energy, but likely it's 50% or 60%, meaning that industry, like the whole economy, is working at half the capacity from before the coronavirus. That's not priced in the market. But most importantly, the coronavirus is spreading virally. If you look at the international numbers, not the numbers of China, every day we have more new infectees, and in fact, every 2 weeks it's tenfolding. If you look ex-China, 1 month ago, like today it's 10,000. Actually, no, that was yesterday. Today we're at 15,000. But or 3 days ago was 10,000 internationally infected. Now it's 15,000 as of today, and those are like measured, confirmed cases that did tests that are confirmed scientifically. But 2 weeks ago it was 1,000 internationally. 4 weeks ago it was 100. So you can see every 2 weeks it's tenfolding, and this is extremely concerning. You only have to do that another 2 times, and you go from the current 10,000 to 100,000 in 2 weeks and to 1 million in 4 weeks. And I mean, these are that's hard. These are hard numbers, likely seriously underestimated, because who gets tested? Not many people get tested. Even if you want to get tested, you can't get tested. If you have the flu or a cough, you suspect you have the disease, good luck trying to get a coronavirus test. So all these numbers are already seriously underreported, because it's only from those that are tested, and even then some governments probably lie about those numbers too, like China probably does. So it is extremely concerning, and as an investor you have to steer your ship like a captain. You have to take control. You have to go with what's in front of you, and that can change all of a sudden, and it just changed all of a sudden. I was extremely bullish on stock market 2 months ago without the coronavirus, looked very good, but this changes things dramatically. It really is a serious blow to the economy and to people. So of course this can all change in 2 weeks time, in a month's time. It may be like in China, that internationally also the growth is not parabolic anymore. It really, instead of going up every day, the amount of infected people, it stagnates or even goes down like in China. Yeah, that's extremely positive news. Then the threat is cleared. But that's not the case right now. So you have to go with the data, with the hard numbers, and not use hope as a guide to invest, but use real data, real numbers as a guide to invest, and steer your ship left or right based on that. And right now, you know, if you're going right, if you were investing in the markets, well, it's time to go left. Like, take your money out, lock in the value of your money. And of course, governments print tons of money when crises like this appear. Just like in the credit crisis, the first thing they do is print billions and trillions and give it to buy all kind of assets, bonds, government bonds, stocks. Even at the time with the credit crisis, they would buy mortgages that went to zero at the nominal value, bail out banks, even bail out car companies. Like there is no limit to the amount of money they print and pump in the economy. But that does not that is not a force that is stronger than the market itself. There is only one force that's stronger than the Federal Reserve or than central banks, and that's the market. In the end, the Federal Reserve can print lots of money, but it's only a participant in the market. It does not rule the market. It does not lead the market. It does not guide the market. It's just a participant with lots of money. But if you look at all the money in the world, it does not have all the money in the world. Most of the assets are owned by the people and by companies. And so when only a small percentage of the market, the total market, decides to sell, the prices will go down, even if the Fed prints lots of money and buys up assets. We saw that in all crises. But what happens then later is that as the fear goes down, well, the inflation will start to show up later on. Prices will rebound, and will rebound very strongly because there's now more money in circulation. And so timing is super important here. You have to buy during crisis. When it does collapse, you do have to buy, or otherwise you'll be left behind, and your fiat will be inflated away. But the price is not paid in the beginning, it's paid later on. I think this is very important as an investor, to be responsible and to be wise with your portfolio. And yes, I could be wrong. Markets may go up from here, continue to go up. There was a correction of 10%, 15%, now rebounded 2-3 days, but it's still a correction of 10% or so. That was there. There is a chance that indeed we saw the bottom. It goes up from here, and I was wrong to go to cash. I missed opportunity, and maybe in the meantime Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, or Tesla goes up a lot, and I missed that train with a piece of my investment. That's true, but that's still was still a responsible thing to do. If you see a hurricane in front of you, you go left, you go around the hurricane. That doesn't mean that you might not. The hurricane, by the time you're in the hurricane, it might have be gone, and you were wrong to go left around the hurricane, and you should have gone straight, and you would have saved a lot of time and money. But it's not the right course of action. So you have to always look at probabilities. What is the probability the hurricane will be gone by the time you're there? It's not low. if all data indicates that the hurricane is accelerating in force. So I think this is very important, and I hope you guys take a look at the data. Also, I share it on Twitter. You can see it there, and yeah, it's very concerning. So I hope you guys protect your portfolio also, so that you can focus on the more important stuff, which is not the portfolio, of course, but your life and life with your family and friends and loved ones, because that really requires also a lot of study to really protect yourself against this virus that will likely come close to you, and that you really don't want to catch the first few months when hospitals will likely be overloaded, when there are no good therapies, no vaccinations, no good infrastructure yet, no good knowledge yet. You really need to avoid to catch it the first few months, the first 3 months, the first 6 months, but probably by next year, if you catch it, you're fine, or in 6 months you catch it, then you'll have much better support, but that's just not available there right now. So yeah, study how to isolate yourself, prepare for a crisis, buy hand sanitizer in the shops that's still available, buy masks if you still can get them. What else is important? Yeah, disinfectant to clean your house. Yeah, prepare for isolation. That's not an easy thing. Start to do more things online that you can do online. And get the best of it. Like, a crisis allows you to improve your life in many ways, and get rid of the things that you want to get rid of anyway, and embrace the things, or do the things that you were thinking about doing anyway, and that fit this kind of crisis. But it cannot be that as an investor, when you are a good investor, that you totally fuck up with your portfolio by not protecting yourself whatsoever, and basically do worse than a conservative investor that always has some cash on the side, or invests in more stable assets like bonds or cash on a bank account. If these people outperform you, well, you're not doing very well as an investor, of course, because these people put much less energy and time in investing, and if they outperformed you, you really did very poorly. So you should really outperform the people around you and help the people around you when it comes to their portfolio, because not many people all are knowledgeable about investing, and hopefully if you help other people protect their portfolios, then other people can maybe help us on the medical field, of which we have little knowledge ourselves. Good luck, guys.